Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to UTR Presents The Raw Deal. It's me, your boy, the MHN Kingston, should be fucking champion. Should be champion. But I'm not. I know y'all missed me. I wasn't here Thursday, of course, as everyone knows. I was on my way driving to go celebrate my daughter graduating from college. Tyler, I'm so proud of you. You graduated from Cornell, baby. You did it.
Yes,
The proudest and scariest moment of my life. Proud of you of all your accomplishments. Scary because you're a full-grown adult now. I I have to let you go into the real world. So that scared me. But
but me and Daddy will be there to kick everybody ass.
in a heartbeat, joining me as always, the man, the myth, the legend, the forever IC champ, the final Matty. What's going on, Matt?
What's up, UTR Nation? Hope everybody's having them a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I had me a wonderful little cookout. Well, I went to the brewery as always. They had themselves a nice little cookout, and I had myself partaked in a few brews. And I'm here to preview Monday Night Raw and go over the weekend of craziness that was King of the Ring and Double or Nothing. So let's get to it.
And joining us, folks, the street team captain, the man who makes NYC recognize that UTR is the best podcast out there. Give it up for our boy Tito, aka Juana Hina.
It's me. It's the GR. Wait, first, my bad. Yeah. Shout out, Mongo. I'm fucking tired, boys. Saturday, I had a hell of a day. I was at Patches and Pins, rocking out with my boy Made You Look Pins, rocking out for his brand, hustling them wrestling pins and all them other kind of pins he got. And boys, that was an insane 12 hours.
I believe.
And I went to work. I went to work after that shit for a fucking 10-hour shift.
Well, goddamn.
Woo!
Your ass needed a nap.
Right.
But let's get into some wrestling real quick. Well, folks, this weekend we had two pay-per-views. The first pay-per-view we had was the one that we all were kind of looking forward to, King of the Ring.
Yeah, King of the Ring, for the most part, was it was fairly predictable for the most part, but it does just because something is predictable doesn't mean it's not going to be good.
And this was good.
It was a good show. I pretty much left. I watched the show all the way up. The main event was the main event to me was whenever they put on the King of the Ring match. So I got up and left because I already knew Cody was gonna win. But I needed to see that King of the Ring final. But before that, I mean, they even did a great job of making the kickoff show work for them because they put in a women's tag title defense with Jade and Bianca defending against Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Mm-hmm. And they debuted a new finisher. That finisher was cool as shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
What's
I
up,
was like,
Canadian?
oh,
You venturing out. You tried the Sunny D vodka. I ain't even try. I ain't even gonna try that.
right. I ain't
I
had Sunny D since I was a kid. I'm good.
ain't.
I'm good. Oh, thick ass orange juice. I'm good.
But they started
You-
they had one title change during that whole pay-per-view, and it was the first match of the night, technically on the main card. It was Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan has finally finished her story, and her
her
revenge tour
revenge tour.
is
Ooh.
finally over.
But but
Fuckery
is
that
it
was involved,
but is
the
it
fuckery that
finally
was
over?
involved in it was dumb, but eh.
We got a rematch with them two tonight, which we'll get into.
And this will also
Mm,
count as your Raw preview.
mm, mm, mm.
Now,
The
what time did
rematch.
the Reggie asked, "What time did the pay-per-view end last night?" I don't know because I went to bed.
I think like
I
12
gave up
something.
on that pay-per-view after Will Ospreay. Honestly, I honestly gave up on that pay-per-view after Will Ospreay won.
I want to say
Listen,
around like 12
A
something.
lot of the stuff that card was predictable. It's like I'm not even about to sit up here and waste the time that I have, the free time that I have on watching something that I know that I already predicted is gonna happen. I could waste that time and watch it on stuff like I could watch a movie, I could watch anything else. It's maybe we might,
more than
but
likely,
tonight the main
more than
event of
likely,
the
the
main
main
event of
event is gonna.
Raw,
Oh,
and technically the only match of the night that they've booked so far is well after Dom came out there and interfered and ended up screwing Becky over and causing her to lose the title, Becky apparently has it in her contract that she has a rematch clause. Mind you, rematch clauses have been written out
for at
of
least three
all of
years.
the contracts. So
For at
apparently,
least 3 years.
Becky is such a top star that she has a rematch clause in her contract. This rematch clause, and is now the only match as of 6/26 on Monday Night Raw, 3-hour program. The main event is Becky Lynch trying to regain the women's world championship versus Liv Morgan in a steel cage match. That is the only match. So that is the Monday Night Raw preview. On top of that, so Dom screwed her over and has caused Liv to finish her damn revenge tour. I mean, like
Is
I
it
said,
really over? Is it really over? Because isn't the real person that she's trying to get revenge on?
it's real.
Right. So is it really over? Because once Rhea gets back, or
It's going to
or
restart.
or is her injuring Rhea the end of her feud with Rhea because now she has the title?
I don't even know. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if they wanted to say it's over and then mommy shows back up and it's the revenge tour is back on. Oh yeah,
Oh
and
God,
but we know what's gonna happen with Braun versus JD. We
death,
know JD ain't beating him.
He
We know
gonna
death.
Braun about
switch
to
his
destroy that
Funko
boy.
head.
He about to flatten him.
The
But
one thing I do want to
those two
say,
matches are the only two matches we have so far for tonight.
the one thing I
I
do want to say is, um, you, I we at what point are we, or what point is the wrestling community going to admit that Logan Paul is an actual wrestler? Because once again, we knew he was going to lose, but once again, this boy put on a hell of a good match. Like, as much as we hate him, folks, you got to start taking this kid seriously when it's time for him to get into the wrestling ring. He actually is preparing for these shits. This isn't a fly by whim. Oh, I'm just going to be a celebrity champ and just have somebody carry me through these matches. No, he's putting in work. And the angle that they gave when he jumped off of the turnbuckle, sipped the prime, and then jumped off and hit Cody on the table. Yo, the angles that WWE is giving right now, they they making Kevin Dunn look like shit.
Well, the crazy
That-
part about the whole thing with Logan Paul, because that's honestly the only best part. That and Cody Rhodes saying he was Cody Rhodes, bitch, that was probably the best part of that match I missed. The funny part about that whole angle is Logan Paul apparently a year ago suggested that whole angle with the drone. He had suggested that,
yeah.
and they basically had just been waiting for Kevin Dunn to just either retire or get out the way or just be fired. And honestly, with Vince leaving and everybody else finally kind of smelling the coffee and being like, well, I guess we should leave too. This has opened the door for them to actually have 2024 angles, 2024. This is just for them to be updated. They've been stuck in basically 1990s and 2000 cinematography. They've always been stuck in that. And now that Triple H has gotten there and TKO has gotten there, everything has been updated. That was honestly one of the best shots of anything. Like sports, that's one of the best shots of sports ever, in my opinion. Yeah. The simple fact that you have a drone circling around, they do a whole 360 around him, and then you see him complete the move. Like, on top of Kenny's point that y'all, like, we got to take him seriously as a wrestler. The man knows cinematography. He just knows, he knows angles. He knows what the hell he's looking at. Like, come on now. How good do you have to be like, hey, this is a good angle for me to die on?
Right. y'all want to zoom in on this? Like, y'all might want to zoom in on this shit. I'm about to crash and burn or hit this motherfucker good. Like, yo, come closer. Come closer.
Like, hey, Cody, while you laying there, can I land on you like this?
Please. Right.
Please.
Like, please. And Logan Paul is good. Of course, one of the biggest things that I, of course, was happy about, my baby Nia finally getting the respect that she deserves. Finally not looking like a goddamn loser. Because damn did she squash Lyra for that.
That was honestly the highlight of the weekend, because her and Lyra Valkyrie had a tremendous Queen of the Ring final. That was a great ass.
Yeah, that was a really good match.
It ended the way it needed to end. Like Lyra was getting squashed in that corner. She was trying to powerbomb her, and Nia just said, "Nah, bitch." Huh?
All that. You forgetting? No. That's not how this is going down. Hold this weight real quick. Hold all this ass in your face. Me next.
She said, "Oh, you're trying to powerbomb me? You really trying to powerbomb me?
Me next.
Splash. I'm gonna just sit on you."
I volunteer to be the
all of
that
us
she keeps testing that.
Be the recipient of that. I've been saying I want to be the recipient of the rear view, all Naomi's finishers. People can hate Naomi's moveset all they want. I will sign up for all of them. I will sign up for the teardrop hip check of one Miss Parker. Now, Nia destroyed that. She destroyed Lyra. She destroyed Lyra. It was a great showing for her. Her Cinderella run to the final finally ended.
What you call it? So at least Raw was smart enough to realize she wasn't winning that. But
on the fantasy aspect, Raw didn't start Nia. They did not start Liv. They started Becky. They started Jay. They didn't start Randy. No, DX had Randy. They didn't start anybody that won. That's why we're in second place.
Oh my God. Ew. Thank you, Mongo.
Like, if they had started Nia, if they had started Liv, we would be really in last place. But we're not.
The thing about it is too, like I've been saying for the longest, Nia is a monster, and with her coming back, that's how they've been booking her. They've been booking her as a monster, and me and a lot of other people were visibly upset on how with her coming back, they had her getting cremated by the women on Raw, pretty much. And that's because Raw literally has all the all the big stars minus Bianca and Jade.
Yeah.
Minus Bianca and Jade, all the big female stars are on Raw. So they pretty much had Nia, looking like she was big and bad and tough, but not doing nothing. Like, yeah, okay, we're gonna make you people think you're gonna beat these people, but you're really not. With her getting drafted over to SmackDown, that opened up a whole new door and opportunity for her because she can run SmackDown. Like she can run, especially now that they have Jade and Bianca in a tag team and stuff like that. She
Like the
literally,
like the writing was on the wall that she was going to be moved to SmackDown immediately because she had did all that losing on Raw. And
right,
even said it, she was like, even if I lose right here, it doesn't matter. I'm on SmackDown.
right,
It doesn't matter. Like, all that was on Raw. And on top of that, it was all pre-draft. Everything that happened pre-draft doesn't matter. Like, it's all what they think of what you're going to do in the future. And her being picked by SmackDown, it's already proven great. She's already proven their pick greatly because she's won the Queen of the Ring.
right. She's about to be their main female star behind, like I said, Jade and Bianca.
All right, it's gonna be
She's about to be right.
Jade, Bianca, Bailey, and Nia.
hmm And now that the winner of the Queen and King of the Ring tournament get the shot at the championship, you can definitely have her beat Bailey for the championship come SummerSlam. Like you can definitely have that, and no one will think that anything is absolutely wrong with that. Look,
Yeah, she did. She did all of that, and they protected. That's just smart booking. They protected her
to make her look like
They protected Jade along the way. She beat Naomi. There's nothing wrong with beating Naomi. Naomi can take that loss.
right.
That's Naomi is a former world champion, so she can beat her. She beat Jade by DQ. That saves Jade from taking a pin. And then she beat Bianca by pin. Bianca was hurt. But on top of that, Bianca, she can beat
tag
Bianca.
champ.
Take that L. And
right.
then
Bianca's at a point where she could definitely take that.
She could take that L, and then she beats Lyra Vikera in a up and comer. She's just an up and comer. So her defeating her is just like, oh, Lyra, you were fighting Nia Jax. You knew. Regardless of who you are.
You about to die, little girl. You about to die, little girl. It let you know that.
Nia, like, as far as if you think about it, we saw NXT Nia Jax at Queen of the Ring.
We damn sure did.
Like,
we saw the unstoppable. We saw the unstoppable.
Nobody beating NXT Nia. You show as hell against Lyra. Oh no. Oh no. She gonna like you said, you gonna die. Your Cinderella run ended. This tournament did it did a lot of good things. It made Lyra. It made her make us take her seriously.
Right, because I damn sure didn't.
It got Nia the legitimacy that she's been so desperately needing because all this time pre-draft, she's been losing. But
the shit that killed me
and she's good.
With the shit that killed me about Nia losing so much was they booked her to lose, but yet they would have her destroy everyone before they lost or after they lost. Like, do that shit during the match.
Right.
Like, destroy them during the fucking match.
If you think about Nia and you think about fantasy wrestling, she is the NWO of female of the women's wrestlers. She gonna talk her shit regardless.
Right. She really is.
Win or lose, Nia gonna let you know she was there.
Right. Win or lose, NWO is gonna let you know, motherfucker, you played against us. And Nia's gonna let you know you fought against me.
Like, yeah, you may have beat me, But I beat your ass. You may have pinned me for 3 seconds, but I beat your ass.
Right.
And she finally got to be like, nope, I beat that ass. It wasn't even not for no 3 seconds. I beat that ass.
Right.
And I'm the queen. And y'all gonna realize, y'all gonna recognize that I'm the queen.
Y'all gonna recognize to stop playing and put some fucking respect on my name.
Even though people in Saudi Arabia shut up when they saw her, they're like,
oh,
yeah, like, yeah, y'all better.
Right. All that, all that women bashing stopped real short when they seen that Amazon walk through. They were like,
"Oh, that all them motherfuckers over there."
They were like, "Oh no, let me not. No, thank you."
And then also we had Sami Zayn defeat. He retained against Gable and Bronson Reed. It was a good match. I like the fact that they made sure that Bronson Reed took the pin. They are protecting Gable from not taking that pin. So his story is going to continue. Some way, somehow, Gable will be winning that Intercontinental Championship eventually.
But what does that mean with Bronson Reed, too? Bronson Reed is another one who pretty much, like, bro, he's pretty much the Nia Jax of the men's division right now.
Yeah, I honestly...
He's the old Nia Jax of the women's division. Nia won, so we can't even say that no more. But
at this point, he probably has to start back over. Because you lost, because he won the Andre the Giant the battle royal at WrestleMania. He won it at WrestleMania SmackDown.
Right.
He parlayed that into getting this title shot, and now he's lost. So I just feel like, well, you're at the back of the line now, buddy. He's in that.
He should have been moved to SmackDown.
I was gonna say the same shit.
Yeah,
he should have been one of the dudes to SmackDown.
Because on top of that, because honestly, him and Braun are in the same. The other Braun and Bronson, they're both in that same area as far as I'm concerned. Now that he's lost, like he won the Andre the Giant the battle royal and all that kind of elevated him. But now that he's lost, he's just right there. Him and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, as far as I'm concerned, they're at the same spot again now.
Yeah,
and
like,
now
what
Braun
do you do
is
with
going
that?
around killing people. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean for him. Like that should lower him.
At least what you call it. At least Braun isn't losing. Bronson is losing. You know what I mean? At least Braun is, you know.
Yeah, Bronson is losing. Braun is losing by killing people.
Right. That man is losing his mind is what the hell he's losing.
Right. They're like, we can't, you're not gonna get no title by killing people. You know that, right?
Right. Like they gonna put your ass in jail, white boy. Keep playing. Keep playing.
Black.
Right. They definitely gonna think you a nigga killing these people. So
like,
you better stop.
Breaker, black.
Right. So my boy, you better chill, my boy. Chill.
So yeah, that is a good question of what is going to happen to Bronson Reed now that he has lost, and I honestly do not know. It's a lot of question marks because we saw Otis cost Gable the match. Is Gable are the Creeds gonna eventually turn? What's gonna happen? We don't know. I'd
rather just have the Creeds come in and take care of Otis and Tozawa. I don't need a feud with Gable and Otis. That's something we don't need. It's unnecessary. It's ridiculous. Just have the Creeds come in and murder Tozawa and Otis. That's all.
Because
that's how you handle that.
And to your point, now we're going to see, because right now we're satisfied. We're ready to get to WrestleMania. But we got a little show called Clash at the Castle in June.
You mean SummerSlam, not WrestleMania?
Huh?
You said it's WrestleMania. You mean SummerSlam?
Yeah, SummerSlam. We're on the road to SummerSlam. Well, summer WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got a little show called Clash at the Castle. Triple H already went ahead and booked the first match of that, in what is presumably the main event of that is going to be Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, with Damian Priest defending the World Heavyweight Championship.
Mm.
I can honestly see them booking some bullshit like Gable versus Otis or some bullshit, because it's just like we have to make this right now.
Damian...
An unnecessary stop for Clash at the Castle.
Is this the end? Is Clash at the Castle the end of Damian Priest's run?
I honestly don't see him losing at WrestleMania. I've always seen like Drew is going to get his title shot, and I've always seen like, okay, even before CM Punk screwed him over at WrestleMania, I always thought of, oh, this is when CM Punk is going to prove to us that he is healthy. He's going to screw him. Not like, no Diddy stuff, no stuff like that. But he gonna get screwed. Like CM Punk is gonna literally interfere.
Yeah, like it's gonna be bad. This is when the big SummerSlam feud is gonna really start to build momentum, because now they're gonna go face to face, pretty much, and like you said, CM Punk is going to do something dramatic. It ain't going to be just the sweeping of the leg like how it was last time. Nah, it's going to be, he's going to hit him with the belt. He's going to do something like that. Like, it's going to be big. So, yeah. You know what? Yeah, then that answered my question. Yeah, Priest retains.
Because I just don't see the whole, like, yeah, Drew is back at home and he should win in front of them. Okay. Honestly, the CM Punk Drew McIntyre feud does not need the world title. It has never needed the world title. So if you have Drew defeat Damian Priest, that just ends Damian Priest's reign earlier than what it needed to end. If you want to have him have a great reign, let him win. Let him go all the way to WrestleMania. Not WrestleMania. Let him go all the way to SummerSlam.
All right. Let him get a good little 6-7 months with the belt.
Because he still has to because even at the Clash at the Castle, guess what we have to do at the Clash at the Castle? We have to crown a Mr. and Miss Money in the Bank. So if you don't want the title on Damian Priest, if you want to get it off him at WrestleMania, just let the person who wins the Money in the Bank cash in on his ass at SummerSlam. Like, there's no point in putting. Because on top of that, if you put the belt on Drew, I honestly feel like we're at a point now where I'm pretty sure Kenny will agree with me. We don't need CM Punk as a champion. CM Punk is fine without a belt.
No, he's definitely.
We're enjoying beltless. Like this CM Punk, I will always call him this. This CM Punk is Logan. I enjoy Logan CM Punk. He is just a grizzled vet who is just sick of. It's basically what he was saying in AEW. He's old. He ain't got time for this shit. Why y'all keep fucking with him? That's basically what he is. All right. I like this CM Punk. He don't need a belt, honestly. He shows up when he needs to show up. He does his promo, and then he gets the fuck out the way. That is the ultimate Punk, in my opinion. There's no point in trying to say, oh, he don't need to carry the summer. He don't need to carry anything. He came back to WWE to be a player. The guy, he's someone you can get off the bench. He is a bench.
Hold on. Fightful Select reports, breaking news, Fightful Select reports Becky Lynch's WWE contract is set to expire this weekend. Lynch will become a free agent as of June 1st if she does not come to terms with WWE in a new contract within the week. If anybody thinks Becky Lynch is going to another promotion, y'all have lost y'all rabbit ass mind.
Nobody is concerned.
Ain't going nowhere.
She's go. I doubt she would. What you gonna do? You either don't resign because we know you're not gonna go to AEW. I doubt you go to AEW. I doubt Rebecca Quinn is gonna be all elite. So you're gonna sit down. You're gonna take your ball and go home and bide your time and be a mama and be a wife and nurse Seth back to health.
Right.
Yep. Let her
And
get her
wait
little
on Seth
vacation
and
in.
be a stay-at-home mom. Or I mean, at this point, I see her resign. But who knows what could happen? I can see her just being like, you know what, I'm done. Because at this point, she has done everything. Besides winning Queen of the Ring and win the North American Women's title, she's done everything. It's good to
Pretty
see her.
much.
I'm good.
Right. Like she can take some time off, and it won't be a bad thing. It will not be a bad thing. Like
Thank
you've
you.
earned it, Becky.
Same thing we on. Like, honestly, wouldn't be shocked if she just says, you know, I'm gonna come back, but just let me take this time to be a free agent. Y'all know I'm gonna sign back, but just let me take this time to be off. I ain't got no obligations, because that's really what it means to be a free agent. You ain't gotta
Right.
meet with nobody. You just get to be Rebecca.
Pretty much. You get to be mommy and Rebecca.
So
If
she
you
might
want to
be.
do us. And here's the thing, Becky, take a little bit of time off. Do some freelance signings and watch the money your ass get. Do a little place be like, hey, I'll be here, I'll do a signing or two or something like that, and watch how much money you'll get.
So she's getting this last match. This is the last match of her current contract. I don't see her winning, but I don't see her
Leaving.
moving and then just being gone from the company. Like just being not coming back. I don't see her going to AEW. I don't see her going somewhere.
No.
There's only one place that can honestly open the wallet and pay her the money that she honestly wants and deserves, and that's it. That's either TKO or AEW. I don't see her going to no AEW.
I really don't.
What you gonna do? Feud with Tony Storm? Because you're not gonna you ain't feuding with Mercedes.
Right.
But
So
we'll see.
Let's finish the rest of the card. So we went over Sammy won.
Sammy won.
Let's get to the meat potatoes. The main event. Gunther.
Yeah, the real main event was Randy Orton putting over
Gunther.
the one and true Kang, the Kang General, Gunther.
The ring general is now the King General.
I was so happy.
The King General.
I was so happy to see Gunther win that match because I started out. I didn't like Gunther at first. I didn't like Walter because I was just like, I didn't like him because I was like, he's just big and he don't do nothing. Like he's just generic creator wrestler. He just does all power moves. And after a while, I was watching more and more. I was like, okay, I understand. I understand his gimmick. And then he slimmed down and he just became a monster because the same power that he had when he was big is still there. And
now he's more athletic.
He has just become a monster. And the match that we have been wanting to see, I had predicted Gunther versus LA Knight, but I will take a match of Gunther versus Randy Orton because you're not going to get that often in 2024.
And like we said, it was the best choice because you have two people who, like I said, even though Gunther has a stiff style, he's not reckless. He's a very safe wrestler. Like people are like, yeah, we don't want to fight him because he's gonna chop the shit out of our fucking chest. But overall, they're not worried about him dropping them on their necks. They're not worried about him coming down wrong on his splash. They're not worried about him pulling too hard when he's doing a Boston Crab and tearing the ACL. He works stiff, but he's a safe worker. And Randy, as we always said, is one of the safest workers in the business, which is why his career has been able to go for so long. Like anytime Randy has really gotten hurt, it's been on some real freak accident shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like and we said we don't think we've ever seen Randy fight somebody quite like Gunther, who's technically as big as him. At the end of the day, Randy's a big motherfucker, yo.
Yeah, because honestly, and now with Randy recovered and whatever he got in his system, whatever HGH and all that junk he got in him and Gunther are equals.
Right,
Him and
right.
Gunther are equals. The only
Little
difference
motherfuckers
is
look like
age.
two action figures fighting in the ring, yo. Look like
The
two
only,
He-Mans.
the only difference was age. Older He-Man, He-Man. Either way,
Right.
it's He-Man. And everybody, like y'all see it in the preview for the show. The match ended in a massive botch. I wasn't paying attention, like, because I already knew. I'm like, Goofer gonna win regardless. So I don't give a damn how it ends. He winning. I was just happy he won. Now looking at the replay, it's clear as day. Randy Orton's
Jordan's
shoulders
shoulder was up.
they were not down. It was brought up after the fact, maybe about an hour after King of the Ring ended. Triple H went to social media because it was brought to his attention, and he said it just like they would say it in any other time we would watch wrestling.
Referee's decision is final.
Right, the referee's decision is final. We see that his shoulder is up, and he just basically said, "I'm sure Gunther, being Gunther, is going to want to prove that he is the king of the ring without an asterisk by that. Him and Randy are probably going to want to face each other again to make this final, but the referee's decision is final. Gunther won. It's just, hey, it's just like at the end, it's just like a play. Everything is going to go according to plan. Like,
and then on top of that, folks, let's not forget, wrestling is a soap opera. Guess what we just got? We just got a new story. Dun dun dun. His shoulder was up. Now, like you said, Tripp said, knowing Gunther, he gonna want to prove that he's the fucking man. So don't worry, folks. This shit gonna get figured out. But for right now, shut your mouth. Gunther's king. Ref said he's king. Ref called him king. I'ma call him king. That's what basically was said.
Triple H not trying to get chopped in his heart.
That, and on top of that, it's Triple H running all of this. Triple H is not letting. Last time I checked, Gunther and Randy are not the women's tag team champions. They can't just be flying any old going brand to brand. The only way they're going to be able to probably face off is in a PLE setting. So that's the only way we're going to get this again. Because as far as Triple H is concerned, Randy is not going to Raw and Gunther is not going to SmackDown.
The only way that will happen is if before now in Clash at the Castle or SummerSlam, if they have a Raw or SmackDown either in Vegas or New York City, if it's in MSG or somewhere in Vegas, then you may get them fighting on a Raw or SmackDown. But if that ain't happening, you better forget it. Like Matt said, you're looking PLE.
It's going to take Triple H having to basically say, like, hey, y'all, I know y'all said I said it's a clear line, but because this bullshit happened, they got to fight again. I wouldn't be shocked. Like you said, Kenny, don't be shocked that they end up fighting to get it at Clash. Just to get it over with.
Right, and on top of that, that'll be like almost a home field advantage for Gunther too. Even though that's Drew's spot, over in Europe, it's still considered Gunther's home field advantage.
Right.
So I could see them doing it at Clash and Gunther getting crowned again overseas, which would make it even doper for him because he feels
let that man get an unofficial King of the Ring final again. A King of the Ring, or to your point, a King of the Ring defense.
Right.
The defense of that crown.
Right. Right.
Defend your crown in front of your people.
And
then So that we had that. That was really the big controversy. We've already settled it. Cody beat Logan Paul, big whoop. So that was King of the Ring. Solid show. Nothing too crazy. Everything went according to plan that they needed it to go to. Then we got to the craziness
of AEW.
AEW and nothing.
Oh man, I forgot. I did see one other match. I got it. I saw Jericho and panties.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Pretty much. I'm just gonna skip to that match because that blew my fucking mind.
I got you.
Goddamn.
The pre-show was Deonna Purrazzo defeating Thunder Rosa. Then we had I tuned in and saw the Acclaim beat Cage of Agony. That is Brian Cage, Toa Leona, and Bishop Khan. That match was cool. The first match of the night was Will Ospreay defeating Roderick Strong for the international title. So we are one half of the way closer to
Mike's prediction.
Match.
We are halfway closer.
Then we had the Bang Bang Gang defend the trios titles against Death Triangle. We had the return of Juice Robinson.
We had the return of the Honeycomb Monster, Juice Robinson.
Juice Robinson came back to help them. And then the next match, we had Timeless Tony Storm defeat Serena Deeb. Hold on. People also saying, why the fuck is Serena Deeb in this match?
Why the fuck was Serena? I've said that from day one. Why the fuck was Serena Deeb in the match? Mongo asked me why I picked Serena Deeb to win. Honestly, because the promos that they were doing for Deeb pretty much were almost guaranteeing that, it's her time. She was going to take the belt. The match was actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I did watch that match, and of course, Tony Storm retained. So,
then we had Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta.
I watched that match. Okay, the big thing about this match was Orange Cassidy went back. The big thing about this match is Don Callis is trying to recruit Orange Cassidy,
right,
to be a part of his family. So Don Callis is out there talking to Orange Cassidy before the match starts and stuff like that. And Don Callis comes out and does commentary during the matchup. And Orange Cassidy has reverted back to his original music he had when he first came into AEW. And instead of wearing the white t-shirt with his picture on it, he had, for the first time ever, a black t-shirt. Right. So that's how they knew Orange was all about business and gonna get down and dirty. It was a typical Orange Cassidy Trent Beretta match, with Orange pulling out the roll up at the last minute.
Yep.
Trent pretty much walking out like, I can't believe this shit happened, and yeah.
Then
didn't have to be on a pay-per-view.
Then the fifth match of the night, we had Chris Jericho defending the FTW title against Hook and Shibata.
Jericho had on panties.
Brian Keith, the bounty hunter, apparently deciding to join Jericho under the learning tree.
Comes out, screws it over.
Right.
Jericho gets the belt.
Then the next match after that, we had Aleister Black losing to Adam Copeland, aka Edge, in a barbed wire match for the TNT title.
With the help of Gangrel.
Yeah, Gangrel made his return because back in WWE when Edge had his match against Finn Balor, the Vince apparently said nobody would remember who Gangrel is. We all know who the fuck Gangrel is, and just proved it last night. So Edge is still the TNT champion. He ain't lost. He hasn't lost a feud since he came back.
I don't like this. I don't like it. You know how I feel about old heads having belts. I understand Edge is a fan favorite to a lot of people. He's not a fan favorite of mine, but I'm not saying I dislike Edge. I don't dislike Edge. I dislike him having a title run. Bro, you have done enough. You can have great matches. You can have feuds. They don't have to involve a title, my man. You're at that point. They
It's
don't
safe,
have to involve a title.
it's safe to assume at this point, whenever I feel like whenever he loses is when his he's done. He's leaving AEW when he loses. Like, that's the only thing I can think of at this point. He keeps winning. When he loses, he's just gone. um, then this began the beginning of the triple main events. So the first match of the triple main event, we had Willow Nightingale defending the TBS title against Mercedes Moné, and we
And
all know what was
this
going on.
matchup, with this matchup of 18 minutes and 4 seconds is officially the longest female match in AEW history.
And we all knew it was going to happen. Mercedes Moné defeated her. The shocking thing that honestly that happened in my opinion was Chris Statlander betraying her, turning on
Yeah.
her at the end of the match, turning on her post match. So Stokely and Chris Statlander have turned on Willow. So she ain't lost the title. She ain't lost her friends. Oh baby, she ain't. She
Come
is
come home
truly
to
the
daddy, baby.
corner.
Come on, baby. Come to me. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. I got you, baby. Don't worry.
And
You ain't
then
long. You live in Long Island, right, baby? I'll be there.
And then
Don't worry.
remember, it's AEW,
Mhm.
y'all. So I just said it was the 8th match. Yeah, that's right.
Mm.
We on the 9th match now, y'all. 9th match, second of the triple main event. We had Swerve Strickland defeating Christian. Just beating that ass for a good old 24 minutes, basically 25 minutes. So basically for half an hour, we had to sit through Christian Cage and Swerve Strickland. That
Swerve's
ain't
gear was
right.
fire though.
And then on top of that, so Swerve successfully defended that. And the main event of the night was the Anarchy in the Arena match. Personally, I was not. I
This
didn't
nigga
stick
set
around.
himself on fire.
The highlight of that match is honestly Darby Allen. Not only Darby Allen got ran over by Jack Perry in a truck, he came back from getting ran over in that truck. He came back with the flamethrower and set Jack Perry on fire.
Set this nigga on fire like a barbecue piece of chicken.
He
And
said, "You
I've
want some
always hated
more?"
this match because they play music throughout it. They decided, because I wasn't watching, they decided to just do a complete swerve, no pun intended. They decided to do a complete swerve with the music. They decided to play Final Countdown for that time. I'm like, now I could have sat through the Final Countdown. I could have sat through 15, 20 minutes. The final countdown. I could have sat through that. All those other years when y'all made us sit through metal and bullshit and people yelling. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to watch this.
Right. Shit talking about.
On the
You're
one
like,
time I'm at work, I could actually hum along with the song and not be annoyed. They're like, psych. But of course, we all knew it was going to happen. The Elite defeated Team AEW after half an hour. That's right, y'all. The first show was the first match out of the triple main event was 18 minutes and 4 seconds. Then we went to 25 minutes, and then we went to half an hour.
mm-hmm. So the three main events made up an hour of a pay per view.
And the women still got the short end of the stick.
Right.
Now, I will give that show. I would probably give it an A, just based off of everything, but because of the time length, and it was 10 matches and all that other crap. Yeah, it was 10 matches, 12 matches if you include the pre-show. And it didn't end until, in probably just close to Sunday morning. they're going to get a straight up B plus because ain't nobody trying to sit around for
Listen,
that long. The show started at 8 o'clock.
Like I told Matt, I had just finished driving 4 hours from Ithaca back home. No, there was no way I was gonna be able to sit through that whole pay-per-view. There was
Right.
absolutely no way. And to know the fact that, unlike a lot of people, I actually had to go to work today. Nah, there was no way I was sitting through that. I was like, I already know I can watch this later.
Right.
And that's what I did.
Oh, yeah.
During work today, I watched each match individually during work. That's how I did that.
And then let's see, because I think that is pretty much the show. That was
the show.
That was pretty much the show. Raw.
MJF came back.
Oh, we forgot that. That was big.
We can't forget. MJF came back as O2 Triple H.
And whooped Adam Cole's ass.
Adam Cole came out there. Oh, because that was honestly, I saw something on Twitter that said, make sure you watch the beginning of Double or Nothing at least. So I said, all right, I'm going to sit here and stick around. Thankfully, they had it at Will Ospreay. I'll sit down and watch some Will Ospreay. We knew he was going to defeat Roddy. Wardlow came out there and interfered. Wardlow got kicked out from ringside. He got thrown out. I'm like, well, that's even more reason as to why Wardlow is going to probably end up getting kicked out of the Undisputed Kingdom. Roddy loses. Ospreay wins. He leaves. Adam Cole comes out there, talks his shit, and sure enough, he is interrupted by the orchestra version of MJF's music. And he comes out there and basically reveals to us, he shows us the shitty ass tattoo that says bet on yourself. But he basically tells us, he calls himself the Wolf of Wrestling, aka the Wolf of Wall Street. He ain't fucking going nowhere. He's with AEW for the long haul, so take that for what you want to take it as. I guess he's gonna stay with AEW forever. He ain't leaving. All the shit talking he used to be saying, X amount of days until my contract expires. He ain't going nowhere.
24.
He ain't going nowhere. He said all the smiling. Basically, everything that we saw of MJF in 2023 is dead and gone. The MJF that we all know and love, the asshole, is back.
Mm-hmm.
That is what he came back to tell us. And honestly, they need it. AEW is slowly but surely getting healthy again in a time that they desperately need it because everybody is trying to leave now. Like, ain't everybody trying to leave. Everybody is.
Even Mark Henry revealed today on Busted Open that his contract as of tomorrow will be up with AEW and he will not be renewing his contract. But he did say that there was nothing wrong and him and TK were on really good terms. It was a decision that he made because he's not going to be able to give all of his focus to this right now. So the door is still open for him to come back to AEW because I do believe they like the work that they would do because Mark was almost like a talent scout for them, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like he was the one going out to the indie shows and stuff like that, like pretty much a talent scout for them. So yeah, they like the work that he was doing and stuff like that. So it's not Mark Henry's coming back. No, he's not coming back to WWE.
Mark Henry is about to focus on making money for himself and for the stuff he's trying to do and for the brands he's trying to get off the ground. And him working for AEW doesn't help him try and get all that done. He'd rather focus all his energy into trying to get his stuff off the ground than trying to help get somebody already richer.
Right, pretty much. Pretty much. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Like, I'm tired of making the rich man rich. Let me make myself rich.
Right.
Why not? Booker T did it.
With Raw, I don't think they've booked anything else right now. All we got is just JD versus Braun, and then the main event of Becky versus Liv in Liv's first title defense.
In a steel cage match.
Right. And that's still the only thing they're promoting. Those are still the only two things they're promoted. So we will see. That should
be a night full of promos.
That should make for an interesting fantasy because
we don't know who the fuck to start.
Don't nobody know who the hell to start. Only Raw are the only people that know who got a match. Oh, and whoever got Braun, DX, I think. Everybody else don't know who got a match. We don't know who got a match. We know Braun. We know Braun got a match, and we know there's a title match. And we know Sexy Red is coming to NXT tomorrow. But that's tomorrow. So
her booty hole brown.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, unless you got anything else, Kenny, I think we
most certainly have been electrifying, folks. Right. Don't forget to follow us at Facebook.com/Under the Ring Pod and Twitch.tv/Under the Ring Pod. You can also find our Linktree /Under the Ring Pod. There you'll find the man behind the boards, Mr. Greg Bush SK. You got me, Rock Ribs 44, the bullshit ass champion, cheap bitch ass champ, Mr. Freshbeard Mike. We got our boy, the right answer, our boy Matt, street team captain Buria Maliente, and local correspondent who is actually at Raw right now. Yeah. So he will be giving us some updates. He's going to be the local reporter for us to give us the updates right now, folks. Justin D. Bagsley, folks. As always, thank you for joining us. It's always a pleasure being here. I hope you guys had a wonderful Memorial Day. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Hope you guys are safe. You guys are safe traveling wherever you are. See us tomorrow for NXT on deck. Hey, do the dog.
Hey. Do the dog. Shout out Frank Thomas. Y'all some minutes.